Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've been putting in a lot of days into work in a row, and it's time for a pour some good whiskey. So today we got a Speyside, well-known whiskey, Craigellachie 13 year, and it's an iconic bottle, which actually looks great. Actually, to me, it looks like an old pharmacy medicine bottle from a long time ago. It's awesome. That's what we got in the channel today, guys. Check it out. Craigellachie 13 year Scotch from the Speyside region of Scotland. 13 years old, obviously. So it was founded in 1891. It's been making whiskey ever since, and they're well known for their claim to fame is these worm tubs that they use to cool it. So a little bit on the back. It's got really good information on the back of this one. By the way, iconic label on that. Very cool, antique looking, iconic label. I love the label of Craigellachie 13. So it has a little thing about worm tubs. Worm tub is a long copper tube sitting in a large tank of cold water, which snakes back and forth and gradually gets narrower. In 1891, many distilleries condensed their spirit this way, giving the whiskeys a distinctive, meaty character. Craigellachie is one of the few still benefiting from this traditional technique. They even have a picture on the back. It's got the pretty much a still, and coming off the still, the tubes run through a cold water tube, which is the worm tubs that cool the spirit. It's a lengthy process, but they claim like it's worth it to get the flavor out of it. By the way, the flavor that's coming from it. By the way, it's a non-chill filtered natural color whiskey. So they're using old antique traditional ways of making whiskey, and you know their claims that it benefits in the flavor of the whiskey compared to other Speyside whiskeys. But we'll get into the color. It's it's got a little something to it for a 13-year whiskey, but it's natural color. So I think they're using all ex-bourbon type cask. Non-chill filtering. It's a 46% ABV, so you're looking at 92 proof off this one. Let's get into the nose, guys. So, very apple, fruit forward nose. Damn, nose is full bodied, like a lot of stuff to it. It doesn't beat around the bush. Apple, maybe pie crust, like apple pie. It's apple with like a buttery type baked goods kind of note to it. Ginger spice, kind of get that sweet and sour feel back and forth with it. Good nose though, really strong, powerful. Kind of, sometimes you get these whiskeys that are subtle. So it's got subtle kind of, so a lot of the grassy notes to me are subtle. Like a lot of the lowland scotches have that subtle kind of nose to it, which is good. You know, it depends on what you feel like drinking at the time. But this is full-bodied, really out there kind of nose for whiskey. Gives you an anticipation of what the flavors would be like on this one. All right, let's get into it, guys. Cheers. Right away, thick, heavy mouthfeel, like very thick, heavy, meaty whiskey. I get what they're saying with the worm tubs making it, like the thick coating whiskey, right? Viscous is what I want to say with that one. Apples right up front, fruit forward, very fruity whiskey. Apples, creamy, almost like a marzipan kind of apple note to it. Which kind of, the marzipan would be like almost like buttery crust, kind of buttery pie crust, kind of like just buttery feel to it. thick viscous whiskey though. Fruit forward, maybe apple pear. Goes to that ginger note. The finish is long though for a 13-year whiskey. I think this is one in their core range. Long, very lengthy finish that goes earthy at the end. So like the finish is still rolling after a sip. Long earthy finish. It's great. I mean, you can taste. I don't know about the peat level on this. I'm sure it has like a little hit of a peat level just to make it interesting. And the Speyside whiskeys usually tend to be a little bit on the lighter end. But I don't know. This one's great. This may be one of my favorite Speyside whiskeys for sure. Speyside whiskeys in the top 5 Speysides that I've ever had. It's good. It's very viscous for a whiskey. Even at 92 proof, it tastes like it almost would be, you get the flavor of a cask strength, but the proof of 92, which is great. The ABV of, 46 ABV. Other things about this whiskey, it's, I think Craigellachie is actually, means rocky bluff. Actually translates to it. But that's really about it on it. It's great. This actual single malt, it's known to be in a lot of blends, it's specifically Dewar's. So if you've been into, if you're not really big into single malt whiskey, and you've been in a bar, sometimes there's limited selections in a bar. But if you've ever had Dewar's whiskey, this is one of the main components in Dewar's. So a lot of the blended whiskeys out there the flavors get highlighted by one particular single malt. So Longmorn is particularly highlighted in God, what's that blended malt that Longmorn's in all the time? It's one of them that's well known. This one's in Dewar's. Chivas. So Chivas Regal, the Chivas, like whether it's aged or not, they have the Chivas Regal 12, they have the 13-year. Longmorn is a big proponent in Chivas, whereas this is in a lot of Dewar's. So, and then I want to say Johnny Walker uses a lot of Kalila and Linkwood, but a little side note on that. But this is what we got on Craigellachie. I love it. Really great single malt Scotch whiskey that I probably should have picked up a long time ago. I don't know why I passed on this so many times. At the time, I think I was into Isla whiskey and a lot of smoky stuff, and I passed on a lot of just Speyside and Highland whiskeys because, I don't know, they just didn't seem to have the flavor that when I started out, bourbon brought for me. But I'll be honest with you, like the subtle, nuanced flavors and a lot of the unpeated or lightly peated stuff, I'm really feeling it like nowadays, you know what I mean? But yeah, Craigellachie, great whiskey. Overall, Couyons rating on this one. At first, I thought about it and I was gonna high 7s. I'm going 8 with this. I love it. I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. At the very highest rating on it, 8 out of 10. I usually I don't give out no 8 or 9s willy nilly on this one, but like it gets that 8 for me. I love it. And we are coming to the end of the bottle on this one. And I was thinking to myself, it really needed a review on it. But 8 out of 10 on that one. Love it. That's what we got on that. Whiskey Couyons, guys. Hit that like button. Check us out on the next videos. I've got 2 Japanese whiskeys that I've been wanting to do a review on. 2 Nika whiskeys from the Nika distillery that I want to get out. And we got more stuff coming in the pipeline, guys. But I thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.